How many times do we say things from what we think rather than really what we're feeling? For some reason, we struggle to really share our emotions, use those emotional words with the people that we love, whether it be friends, a partner, family, doesn't matter. And so, of course, they're not understanding or really hearing how you're feeling. Hello, I'm Caterina, Smillie, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you. If you're returning, it's good to see you again. Today is all about really getting to know yourself better so you therefore can really communicate how you're feeling rather than how you think you feel. There's a massive difference. Our automatic emotional response in most situations is one from a place of anger or frustration, which in essence is very similar. But if you delve down deep and look internally, that particular action, whatever someone has said or they've done, has really made you feel hurt. Yet for some reason, we don't express that. We just say we're pissed off, we're angry. But really, when we go inward and sit once we've calmed down, we actually feel really hurt. You may feel alone, you may feel rejected, you may feel abandoned. But it all comes up at the surface and comes out the same way. Therefore, the person, whoever you're communicating with this with, doesn't really get the clear picture, doesn't get the true what's going on. And I'm not implying that you're lying, it's that we need to know ourselves that well that we have the ability to look inside. So how many things are you sharing with people that aren't really the things you feel? I always get people to look behind the intention of what's actually being said. It's about not hearing the words. It's about really feeling what the words mean. What is that person endeavoring to share with you? What are they actually saying about how they feel? You know the saying, actions speak louder than words. Absolutely. So if you're saying to someone you love them and you care for them, are your actions backing that up? A lot of this is whether it's in a friendship or a relationship. You know, if your relationship or your friendship is struggling at the moment and there's this disconnect and you're saying to that person, I love you, I care for you. Yeah, great. That means zip, unless you're showing the actions to go along with those words. Sometimes we react not the right way. You know, there's times where you may not feel loved by your partner and they've done something and you've just overreacted. And it could be in the form of jealousy or frustration with your partner. They've perceived it that you don't trust them. Yet it all boils down that your love bucket is feeling a bit depleted. It's just that you don't feel like you matter to them. They haven't shown you love, affection, quality time, words of affirmation, whatever fills your love bucket. So the bucket is empty and therefore we react and it shows in different ways. But if you knew yourself that well and you went inward, the answers would be within and you'd be able to identify, right now I'm not feeling loved because we haven't had quality time. I'm not getting the words of affirmation that I need. And so I'm not feeling loved up. And subconsciously you react in the sense of maybe frustration, jealousy, distrust. And it's not even about them. And this is relevant to every relationship that you have, whether it be friendship, romantic, it doesn't matter. We all need to feel loved up by our friends as well. And sometimes if we're not, or they don't have the time, we go into our heads and go, what have we done wrong? Are they angry with us? We make up all this stuff rather than just ring them and say, you know what? I'd love to catch up with you. I haven't had time with you for a while. Have you got time? No, instead, we go into our own thoughts, and when they ring us, we may not be so kind to them because we've bought into the stories. So see how we're not actually speaking our truth. And often it's because we're not even aware of our truth. In a lot of the other videos I've mentioned, it's so important to really get to know you. Know yourself inside out. Reflection is a really wonderful thing when you can say, why do I feel this way? And when you're able to really identify it, then you're able to actually share that with people that you love, rather than react angrily or not even clear and they're not sure what's going on. How wonderful would this world be if we could all just say, you know what? I need quality time. I haven't had enough time with you. I feel lonely. I feel lonely and I feel like I don't matter because you're at work all the time. I miss affection. It seems like we've been too busy, and I really miss that, and I need that. What's wrong with being able to ask the one you love for what you need from them? Isn't that a relationship? And yet for some reason, the biggest place that assumptions come into play is in relationships. I'm speaking about all relationships, yeah? This is relevant to friendships, family, and intimate. Isn't it time you get to know yourself that well that you're able to articulate exactly what you're feeling and what you need, rather than react angry, frustrated, and nothing gets solved? It's time to speak clearly. It's time to follow up words with actions. If you're in a relationship or you have a friendship right now that is not in a good place, what actions are you doing to show them that you want to reconnect or that you're sorry, whatever it is? What actions are you showing them? Are you stepping forward, or are you just saying, I'm sorry, and there's nothing to support how sorry you are? What are you showing? Someone needs to take the first step, and within time it's reciprocated. Your choice is to stand apart, and no one's going to make that step. Or someone says, you know what, I want my relationship, I want my friendship, and I'm going to take that first step. So begin by getting to know you, one. Then really go inward and ask yourself how you're feeling about that situation and articulate it. Use the words. What emotions are you feeling? Are you feeling hurt, sad, lonely, whatever it is? Do you know how many men and women feel lonely in a relationship and yet they've never used it? They go, you work too much. That frustrates me. They don't listen when you say that. But when you were to look at your partner and say, I miss you. I miss you. I feel like I don't come first. Is it that hard? And then you've given them real clear. And there's a lot of stigmas, and I don't want to go on any much longer, but you know, at the end of the day, there are stigmas attached to, especially in intimate relationships. Men work hard because they're under the assumption that their wife wants all nice things. Yeah, we do, but at what cost? You're working hard. Have you asked your wife or your husband that do they want you to do that? Or are you just doing it assuming that you have to do it in order to provide? Get clarity. Ask questions. Stop assuming. I've mentioned that before. But this is using your words. Really, don't just guess. I really struggled to understand why people don't just share exactly how they're feeling. No one is a mind reader. And go inward. I'm well aware that most people don't have the ability to share. Their truth is because they don't know themselves well enough internally. I don't know why I feel like this. You do. All the answers are within you. It's just getting used and tapping into going, how do I feel about it? What's your gut say? What emotion's coming up? And that's what you can share. I feel like today's message was a little bit over because it's very clear in my head and I'm endeavoring to compact it into less than 10 minutes. And it's what I teach people about, especially in intimate relationships. You're angry. Yeah, why are you angry? And we dig down deep and it ends up that action makes them feel hurt. Or a wife or a husband feels distrusted. Yeah? The reason why they're distrusted or the husband or the wife is attacking is because they don't feel like they matter to them. Life has been too busy. There hasn't been enough quality time. So this person isn't feeling loved up. Therefore, they go into their thoughts and go, well, if they're not showing me love, who are they showing love? So it's not even about really distrusting this person. It's just that this person doesn't feel loved. And they're on the surface level showing this distrust. See how it's so miscommunication? Rather than, so you know what? Stop thinking how you feel and start really tapping into how you really do feel and express that. I hope that you got something little from today's message. Remember, you matter. You matter. You are your most valuable asset. So invest in you. I want to thank you for spending your time with me, as I respect your time is valuable. So thank you. I hope you got value out of today's video. And if you did, if you'd like, subscribe and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's video. So for today, take care.